Hello everyone and welcome back to Global Spec Racing. We are here at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City, Mexico for the penultimate round of Tier 2 Season 4. For my co-comment today is EXFL Charlie. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing very well, and I'm actually that's boosted by the fact I can actually include my audio this time. So yeah, I'm doing very well, thanks.
Yeah, I did figure that one out. So then, coming into Mexico, then we have now, it's really a two-horse race now between our championship leader Beebcheeb and our current runner-up GSR FH 444. So which one of these drivers will have the upper hand going into Brazil? Because of course Beebcheeb gained quite a few points on FH in USA, but I know for a fact FH is extremely strong around here. So can he then try and overhaul Beebcheeb? Out the final corner comes FH then, and he goes to the top of the times, a tenth of a second ahead of his championship rival. So it's a good start for FH then, as the championship further and further gets closer between these guys. Now on board with EXFL Sharpie, of course a Tier 4 driver. He's making his Tier 2 debut tonight due to the numbers needing filling up. So I mean Sharpie's had back-to-back victories in Tier 4. Oh, he goes. He unfortunately invalidates, but he's had back-to-back victories in Tier 4, and he's looking like a very strong contender for the Tier 4 championship. So so at the moment, FH doing the job at the moment, but we'll have to see in the race who will have, well, if FH can gain down the gap to Beebcheeb going into Brazil. Alright then. Never mind then. So what was I on about? Oh yeah, wait, I can't remember what I was on about. Oh, it's just gone from my mind. Anyway, we'll just scrap that. So these two drivers then, of course, FH wanting to make up for the Tier 3 championship, sorry, last season that was cruelly snatched from him. Well, due to a driver who will not be named. Oh, Davis goes a bit wide on the exit turn 5. And of course Beebcheeb is our reigning Tier 2 champion. Of course he'll be leaving at the end of this season, so he'll want to end his time at GSR on a high. Of course he won the championship last season, so he's got the upper hand for this season as well. So can Beebcheeb potentially do the same there? Because it'd be interesting to find out which one of these guys will have the upper hand going into Brazil.
And speaking of FH, that was actually at this track, so he's gonna hope that he doesn't get flashbacks today.
You can't afford to.
Yeah, because if flashbacks happen today, it's again gonna be costly. But of course, he's improved so much since then. He was at the top of Tier 3 there, now he's at the top of Tier 2. It's going to go either way between. It's going to be a very interesting fight between FH and Beebcheeb today. Of course, Beebcheeb won it here last season too, where Feta Cheese ended up being the winner at Mexico last season. So Beebcheeb will be hoping that he can win 2 titles at Mexico in a row. Of course, he has to still not be complacent about it and drive at his normal pace today. But it is a crucial race for him, one of those crucial races of the season for him and for FH too.
Yeah, of course he cannot afford. Well, I mean, he cannot afford to do what Grosjean did in Tier 4 yesterday, which was, well, he made a few mistakes in qualifying And well, also he got a little bit unlucky as he got spun a few times. But Grosjean's saving grace was penalties, which brings me on to my second point. Just how crucial penalties are around here. They are arguably just as important, if not more so, than pace around here. So because, well, it's a bit like Canada. The race win could be gotten on penalties today. Beebcheeb then backing off a little bit. FH then onto his lap. I think Cormac's a little bit further ahead though. Oh, he's invalidated. So we'll go on board with FH then. Edgar's. Is that Edgar's or is that Leclerc? That was Edgar's. Edgar's giving him a little bit of slipstream then. Sharpie then going P3. So, wow, what a lap from Sharpie. FH then, he's already a little bit down in the first sector. Now going through. Oh no, he's backed off, I believe. Is he backed off? No, he hasn't. He's using none through that section. All right then. So now through the S's then. Very nicely done from the Irishman. Oh, he gets a little bit of a snap of oversteer out of that section. He's actually gained back a whopping 0.3 of a second. Now he could now improve his time as Leclerc goes within 15 thousandths of our championship contender. Around the final corner comes FH then. Could he improve his time? Slightly. It's 13.8. Only just in the 13.8. And FH, he is looking very strong at the moment. Charlie, you speaking?
I am, yes,
All
I
right,
am.
okay.
Yeah, so Beebcheeb coming into the box, he did back off and he was a second down in the middle sector. Not many other people on track. Vapor JS, he's 3 at the minute. That's impressive considering it's Crazy Cat 2.0. Coming from tier 4 to tier 2 in a matter of weeks, but of course Crazy Cat to tier 5 to tier 2. But he seems to be coping pretty well in tier 2 at the minute. P3 and just under a 10th off provisional pole position at the minute, so good stuff from him.
Cormac then invalidates, but more impressively, Sharpie is 5th. So could we see a potential tier 2 driver, a 2-tier jump, maybe next season? We could potentially see that. Scarius then a little bit down in the first sector, but he manages to get a good exit out of turn 6 and 7. And now through the S section then, very nicely done from the Mercedes driver. Now up to the second sector split. He's a little bit up again. So could he go then ahead of people like Cormac? I'll just realize how close. 7th to, I believe it's. Oh, he runs wide though, just like Cormac. Is there anyone else on a lap? Dramer? No, Dramer's just finished the lap. Davis is just behind him and he's going on a lap. Atlantis? No, he's not on a lap at the moment. Jimbo is invalidated. Davis then very nicely done through the chicane. Of course, last season's championship contender. The one who was fighting with Beebcheeb for the championship is a very good first sector from the American. He could try and... Oh, he runs wide though. Oh, he manages to keep it though. If you do a certain line through there, you can manage to avoid invalidation, and he does so. He goes a little bit wide though into the S section. Davis's car looks a little bit uneasy through this S section as he gets another snap coming out of the S section. But he's still 0.3 up, so he could maybe get near the front row here. As we now go into the stadium section. Oh, he runs wide too. So Davis then, not great at the moment. Who's just improved? I think that's Matty. Yes, it is. Matty's up to P6. Cheers for the 11 viewers so far that have joined us. Great. Oh, Graham. Graham was on a really good lap as well. But Graham invalidates. Jimbo then half a second up. Going into the stadium section. Just got to make sure he does not run wide. He does not run wide this time. Out of the final corner comes Jimbo, then right up to the wall. Where's he going to be? Oh, he improves by 7 tenths, but by how close the field is, he's only P13. He's only 3 tenths off his teammate, yet he's P13.
That's mad. EXFL Sharpie and Matty moves at the exact same lap.
Oh yeah.
The gap between 9th and 12th is 1/100th of a second. This is insane right now.
Christ.
The top.
If you want close racing.
The top 13 is separated by 3.7 tenths.
That's what that's what I was saying. Right. Okay. Beebcheeb then up to the sector split. He's about 600ths of a second up at the moment. So at the moment he'll be on the front row. But of course this isn't. Oh! He spins it though. So Beebcheeb then's round. Beebcheeb then is round. Leclerc then on his lap. Can he try and beat FH's time? He goes through Beebcheeb then. Out of the final corner comes. Nope. He decided to abort that lap. KDX then, I believe he's just improved. He's up now up to P9. Sharpie then has joined back. Jimbo then's just come in. So I think now it's just the calm before the storm. We'll see what these drivers can do. KDX goes. Okay, somehow KDX gets away with that. No, I don't think he's on a lap though. No, he's not. So we'll have to see then. Who can take pole. At the moment, FH has the upper hand. Right now, things stay like they were in the race. FH would be within 2 points of Beebcheeb, making it the closest championship fight we have so far. But of course, we still got their final runs to go yet. Of course, Leclerc and Vapor JS, they are two very, very quick drivers that could knock FH off the front spot. But FH doing everything he needs to do now at the moment in qualifying. Alright then. So. Calm before the storm now. I think Dramer's going to be the first one onto his lap. He's going very early. Is the Renault, but across the line he comes then. Now down the longest run down to turn 1 of any track. Now into turn 1 goes the Brit. He gets it done nicely. He's just got to make sure he absolutely nails the chicane, which he does. Doesn't go wide off the exit. Now down towards turn 4 he comes then. It's a good first set split. He's only 1,000 down on his time. Now through turn 5. Arguably the tightest corner on the track before 6 and 7. Before then going down to the S's of 8, 9. No, of 8. Then 9, 10, 11 and 12. Dramer then's got to make sure he does not run wide, which he doesn't. What's his middle sector going to be? It's actually a very, very good middle sector from Dramer. He could improve then. Of course, these guys are so close to. Oh, he cuts the corner though. So
right at the end.
What? Yeah. Painful then for Dramer.
Put together a great lap as well.
Another driver. Dougal then is another driver on his lap at the moment. He's a little bit up on Dramer in the first sector. Graham then goes quickest. To be fair, knowing him from ABS Tier 2, that to me is not really a surprise, but brilliant lap from Graham there. 1 minute 13.8 from the Scottish driver. So incredible lap there from Graham.
I'm guessing he's probably going to give Beebcheeb a tone out down straight. He does moves out of the way, but Beebcheeb's
down though. He's got to make sure he gets the S section right.
He's probably going to find
F8
somewhere where he
is
can
going on
get some
to
time.
as well. Yeah.
It's Beebcheeb. He always
Just
seems
check
to find
FH's
somewhere.
first sector. FH is quarter of a second up in the first sector alone. So as long as FH gets the rest of the lap right, we could see a monstrous pole here from the Irishman.
Beebcheeb
though, is
up.
quarter of a second up himself.
This.
Going through the middle sector. This could be really close between our championship contenders here. Beebcheeb then, he does not speed, he does not run wide then. Where is Beebcheeb going to be? Going to be starting. It's pole for now.
That's a great lap.
3.5 tenths, but can FH answer that? Round the final corner comes the Irishman then. Can FH beat it?
Oh,
yes, he can by nearly 2 tenths. FH then.
Leclerc could do it too.
Leclerc at the moment is not showing the pace of our front two. Leclerc then go P5. Vapor JS then splits the championship pair. So that'd be crucial then for FH. Cormac then is half a second up. Cormac then could get no he's I think he's invalidated, and Davis then could not improve. So FH then with a monstrous pole to get exactly what he needs to get back at Beebcheeb in the championship. FH then is on pole by nearly 2 tenths at a Vapor JS and his championship rival Beebcheeb, and then the other Williams of JSC Graham. Then Leclerc then takes P5, Dougal takes P6, Matty Moore takes P7, 8th is Sharpie, 9th is Edgars, 10th is Scarius, 11th is Dramer, 12th is KDX, 13th is Cormac, 14th is Abrov, 15th is Atlantis, 16th is Jimbo. I'll check the rest of the grid in a minute, but that was a monstrous pole from FH. Charlie, you there?
I am here.
Oh yeah.
So in the end, the top 13 was separated by 3.5 tenths. It's now separated by 7 tenths. The whole field there separated by 2.9 seconds. 7 tenths if you exclude Striker. That's an amazing quality session. One of the closest ones of the season so far. And Vapor JS and Graham definitely probably the surprises of the session. Vapor JS just coming up to tier 2 and he's already separating the championship pair. So this could be a very this could be a very open race.
It's not a surprise to me.
Yes,
The reason why is
with
because you weren't there last week, but you got pole in USA, so it's not a surprise to me at all that he's up there. All right then, so here we go then. So FH then, this could be his opportunity to get back at Beebcheeb. At the moment, as things stand, FH then he'd be only 4 points behind his championship rival going into Brazil. Still would be our closest gap between the top two. But of course, can he stay there? Because you've got some guys who are charging behind, such as Vapor JS. Well, his championship contender Beebcheeb. You've got Graham in there. You've got Leclerc in there. You've got some incredibly quick drivers in there, and all separate by minuscule amounts going into the race. Hang on a minute.
Oh god, I'm in a car.
Brill.
Why am I in a car?
Why? I don't get that.
Why am I in a car? Why does it put me in a car for? I pressed spectate. You saw me spectate when we went in, didn't you? Okay then.
Alright then. So, We are now getting ready for the penultimate round of Tier 2 Season 4. It's FH. FH gets the perfect qualifying he needed. He has a clear track ahead of him, just like last season in Tier 3. He got pole here. We know for a fact just how quick he is. Well, both around this track and, well, in general, and he has shown that today. Vapor JS will be right with him, though, keeping him honest. Keeping Beebcheeb honest as well. And Graham will also be keeping Beebcheeb honest. Leclerc then, well, a lot of drivers will be keeping both the drivers honest.
What do you suggest I do? Because it's put me in a car.
Just retire as soon as you can. We had this with Vapor JS yesterday when he was commentating with me in Tier 4, so...
should I just drive and retire in the pit so nothing happens?
You can.
I'll
yeah,
try and
I would.
I'm at the back anyway, so...
Yeah, okay. That's
so weird.
Just go into like anti-stall or something like that, and you won't collide with anyone. So, all right then. So here we go. Drivers lining up then, ready for the start of this race, and potentially a crucial race in the Drivers' Championship. It will be once again Beebcheeb versus FH. Who will emerge victorious here in Mexico and take a vital step into getting this championship? I'll go on board with Beebcheeb. Go on board with Beebcheeb because he has. Yeah. Here we go then. 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go. JS gets a really good jump on FH. It's not a great start for FH at all. He's being swamped at the moment. JS then with a brilliant start, but FH then he's gonna get the slipstream. Go down to turn 1, but Beebcheeb's got a brilliant start. He might try and challenge JS, but JS is not phased at all. There goes 3 wide between Leclerc. It's been a terrible start for. It's been a terrible start for FH. He's already down to P5 from the lead. Beebcheeb then is trying on JS, and Beebcheeb may take the leader, but JS is coming back at him. He does not want Beebcheeb to take this victory. It looks like Beebcheeb may have the upper hand, but JS then they can still go side by side through the S's, but JS then gets it through. JS then some brilliant defending there to keep Beebcheeb behind, but of course he's got to be careful on his penalties. That was a dreadful start for FH. He just couldn't get the launch off the line, and he's now down to P5. But he cannot get flustered. He has to show the pace he did in qualifying. He's got to get back up to JS and Beebcheeb, but JS has already pulled nearly a second gap on Beebcheeb. JS is rocketing away. Absolutely rocketing away with this lead at the moment. For some reason it says Jimbo's. For some reason it says Jimbo is in the lead, but never mind that. So Leclerc then trying to. Beebcheeb then gets a really poor exit, and here comes Leclerc. Then he could have a go down it. He could have a go down into turn 4, but he doesn't quite get it done. But Beebcheeb then looking a shadow of his former self at the start of this race, because he's struggling now, is Beebcheeb. So perhaps his qualifying pace was maybe a bit of a red herring, but he's still keeping the gap to Leclerc. Seems like Beebcheeb is better through this section than, well, any other section on the track. FH then once again getting close to Graham, but he's not quite gonna quite be close enough to the Scott yet, but Graham then gets a massive snap. But JS then he's checked out already. He's absolutely pulling away with this already. And there's it does that. It's now retired. So then Leclerc then still keeping Beebcheeb honest here, and here comes FH then up the inside of Graham. I doubt Graham will put up much of a fight, and FH then is through up into P4, minimalising the damage that his start did, and FH then is now up into P4. Of course, Leclerc then will want to try and get past Beebcheeb in order to help FH in the well, maybe help FH in the championship. But of course, Leclerc he's running his own race here. He wants the as good finish as possible to show for maybe tier 1 next season. But Beebcheeb then it's looking like Beebcheeb's struggling a little bit at the moment because Leclerc's gonna have DRS, as is FH, and actually I think Graham already had DRS, so Beebcheeb is just about gonna have DRS on JS. Looking like JS then is struggling a little bit right now, and FH then with the fastest lap as he now goes inside. But here comes Leclerc then on Beebcheeb. Then can he have a go down the inside into turn 1? Not quite, because Beebcheeb then uses XSRs to try. Edgar's then trying to have a go on Graham, but at the moment it's not quite working as FH then is getting close. But Leclerc's getting really close to Beebcheeb here. He could have a go, but Beebcheeb's getting close to Vapor JS. So the top 4 at the moment, it's a brilliant battle between these guys. KDX then out. He's out at the pit lane.
Safety car.
Oh. What's KDX done then? Okay, that's going to neutralize the race a little bit then. So what will these guys do? Because well, I doubt they're going to go for the hards, because I don't think the hards can make it. They cannot make 31 laps, surely. Because the tyre wear around here, it isn't the best. So, of course, JS's lead now has been shrunk. Can you check the warnings a minute? Because I want to see who's got the advantage here.
Yep. Right, so let's be in the top 5.
Well, most drivers, because JS is coming in.
We are.
As is Beebcheeb.
Each just 2. FH really doesn't want to take
FH
any chances to, because everybody's willing to pits except FH and Cormac. FH really don't want to take any chances to, but that could come at
JS has been held up so much. As is Beebcheeb. Wait, hang on a minute. Beebcheeb's way out in front of him. JS has lost out so much there. That means Beebcheeb's now in a legit lead. So that is not how JS at all. He's down to P9. Well, legitimate P5. So that has not worked out for JS at all. That. I don't know if FH has made a mistake though, because I don't know. I don't know if he has or not, because Beebcheeb's going to be getting through that field quite quickly. So whether he has, I don't know, because once Beebcheeb has got his pit stop done, he'll be gaining on FH rapidly. So does FH come in? Well, he can't now because he'll be way down the field. So he's almost got to take now he did tell me he was, I won't tell, just in case any of the drivers think of doing that. So where will FH be then? Because I don't know if he's made the right strategy call here, to be honest. But saying that, will Beebcheeb do medium? He might do. FH does not come in. That's a wise decision in my opinion now. Perhaps he should have come in, but at the moment he's not. So he's keeping it together at the moment. But of course the hards will have the pace advantage at the end. So he's weaving a little bit. Is our race leader. But how much longer? Because Beebcheeb has really gained out of that, as has Leclerc, as has Dougal, as has Sharpie. This is going to be interesting. Because I've got no idea where these drivers are going to filter out at the end of this race. Alright then. So I'm guessing the safety car will come in at the end of this lap. Jimbo then has already got up 6 positions, so good start from Jimbo so far. Of course KDX already out of this race. I don't know how. I don't know how he did that, but okay. Of course, the drivers who pitted, I'll check which drivers actually did pit. Everyone apart from the top 4. So, how will that help them? That's the question. Because, whether Beebcheeb decides to go soft, medium, medium, or he decides to go soft, medium, hard is up to him. But someone's got... Okay. Safety car's in then. How will FH then manage this gap? And how much time will he gain on Beebcheeb before Beebcheeb starts gaining on him? That's the question then. FH will control the field. Now. Alright then. FH then going quite slowly then. When does he decide to go? And get this race back underway.
FH, he could have mastered straight the strategy or could have ruined it. We'll see in these
going now.
laps then.
He's got a brilliant exit, but as has Davis on Cormac, he could try and have a go then. Beebcheeb is already past Dramer. Dramer did not get a good restart at all, and Leclerc's also getting past him. But Leclerc's also on the back of Beebcheeb. So can Leclerc dive it up the inside? But Dougal's diving up the inside Leclerc. So
Cormac!
Oh,
and Davis
that's...
make contact.
This is going to hold up Beebcheeb here. Beebcheeb's going to get held. FH's already got a 2-second lead. But of course, he's got to get, well, I don't know how much of a lead he's going to get. But Beebcheeb then going side by side with Davis. But Beebcheeb's already up into P3. So this has not worked out for FH, I don't reckon, at the moment. But of course, Cormac's gonna hold him up because he's gonna be so slow throughout this section. Can Beebcheeb then have a go then on Cormac? I don't think he's even gonna get him. No, he's not. So Cormac then's gonna be holding Beebcheeb up here. Of course, the penalties, we've got to keep that in mind as well.
Only Davis
Cormac then come in.
Atlantis have penalties at the minute. Atlantis is 3 seconds
Cormac
back
does not come in, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I saw a debris
then,
fly around as they were entering turn 1. I don't know who it came off of though. And we've got
here comes Beebcheeb then. Beebcheeb then going to the outside of Cormac. He's going to try and make it round the outside, but I reckon Cormac will still be on him. They made contact. Going into Beebcheeb. Very audacious move. Gets it done. That could be a crucial move there. But here comes Cormac again. He could have a go up the inside of Beebcheeb, but he thinks better of it. So now Beebcheeb is up into P2. That is not what FH would have wanted. Not at all. Because now Beebcheeb is going to be starting to eat into FH's lead. So how quickly can Leclerc get past Cormac now? Because... oh, pretty much instantly. Because Leclerc's already going to the inside of Cormac. And he already gets the move done. Does the Alfa Romeo driver. He's through now. Oh, he tags him.
Oh, he's round.
And Cormac's round. Leclerc then gets tagged by Cormac, which really won't help. But the considering factor is FH has 70% of his earth, which Beebcheeb only has 30%. So this could really help there. Graham's left for some reason.
They might have back to me.
Not sure why. So FH then could have a bit of an advantage here. Dougal now Dougal was ahead of him anyway. Davis then retires in the pits.
I'm inviting Graham
FH then at the moment doing everything he needs to do. He's keeping the gap to Beebcheeb at the moment. And he's still saving his earth in the process. But Beebcheeb then gains a lot through the traction zones because of the fresher rubber. How will the gap fare through this S section? FH actually gains through the first part before Beebcheeb then gains in on him on the second part. But FH will be very aware that the gap is coming down. Here comes Jimbo then on Dramer up the inside, and Jimbo then is through. Oh, Dramer gets him back though. Dramer gets him back. And can Vapor JS squeeze Jimbo out? Not quite. And Jimbo then stays within range then. Beebcheeb's gained a lot on that lap. He's gained half a second on FH, so clearly FH's tyres are starting to go. Matty then retires in the pits. A lot of people retiring in the pits. I don't know why. Vapor JS then is having to go on Jimbo round the outside. Can he try and cut back to the inside? Vapor JS then trying to go round the outside. It'd be a phenomenal move if JS could get it done. They bang wheels, which could allow Edgars now to have a go. Have a go on both of them. They could be going 3 wide here. Edgars trying to go on the inside. Very smart move to back out there. And Jimbo still stays ahead of Vapor JS. So Vapor JS then is losing a lot of time to Beebcheeb. He was ahead of him at the pit stops. And now he's so far behind him. And Beebcheeb now is gaining on FH as FH's tyres now start to wear out. Dramer then. Jimbo then trying it again on Dramer. But Jimbo just can't get past him. They've got the exact same ERS, it seems like. But Jimbo then just can't seem to get past Dramer. Go on board with Jimbo. They now go through the stadium section. And now out of Mansell corner they go. Now onto the start-finish line. Start-finish straight. Surely Jimbo will get past Dramer once Dramer runs out of ERS. Here comes Jimbo then going to the inside. And can Jimbo then finally get past Dramer? They bang wheels again. So they're going to go side by side here. But I think Jimbo's got the move done this time. Yes, he does. Nice move there for Jimbo. And JS has also got the move done. Because Dramer was compromised. As is Edgars. So Dramer then loses out 3 positions there. And manages then. And Dramer then. He loses 3 positions. And he's going to maybe use another one to his teammate. As Abra now goes through. Dramer then, that has not worked out for him. Not at all at the moment. But the question is, when is FH going to come in? Because he knows that Beebcheeb will be in DRS range, maybe even this lap. Yes, he will be in DRS range this lap. So does FH come in now? No, he doesn't. So Beebcheeb then might be past FH. And Beebcheeb's already made a pit stop. So Jimbo then with a 3 second. Here comes Beebcheeb then. I don't think FH is going to do much to fight him. Here comes Beebcheeb then. He's on the fresher rubber. And Beebcheeb then goes through goes through into the lead now. Leading for the first time in this race. And Beebcheeb then goes through. And he'll have the DRS. So there's not much point in FH fighting that. And he doesn't. Beebcheeb then's through. Then he's through. Oh, it's almost 3 wide here between Jimbo, JS and Edgars. Edgars might go to the inside here of the pair of them. He's going to try and have a go. He doesn't quite. Oh, they almost make contact. But Jimbo manages to still stay ahead. He's keen behind all these drivers. Of course, not the crucial one, though, because he can't do anything about that. Here comes Leclerc then. I doubt FH is going to defend much from Leclerc either. Leclerc then is up the inside and gets the move done. FH is almost a bit of a sitting duck at the moment because he's on those softs. So does FH then come in this time? Yes, he does. So in comes our championship contender then. Which tyres is he gonna go on? Hards, I believe. So he'll now most definitely get to the end.
13 laps on stop. That's quite impressive, not gonna lie. That is very impressive.
Yeah, 12 laps because this is...
Yeah, 12 laps.
Yeah. So Beebcheeb then, how much of a margin wait before he has to eventually pit again? Because FH, he'll have DRS coming out of the pits, and of course, but he's got all that traffic to deal with, and of course it only takes a penalty from Beebcheeb's part, and he might, I don't know, because I reckon Beebcheeb might be going soft, medium. So Beebcheeb then he might be on the quicker tyre at the end of the race. So, I don't know if FH has made the right call at the moment. We'll just have to see how this race pans out. Also, Leclerc's on the same strategy. Sharpie's on the same strategy. FH's teammate Jimbo is also on the same strategy. So, where will this... I'll check the gap to leader. Oh, brilliant. It's not showing gap to leader. Great.
Yay. It's seeming like it's going to come back now.
Yeah, it's starting to come back now. So where is FH then versus Beebcheeb? 23 seconds. So that is at the moment over a pit stop, and he's still losing time to Beebcheeb. So, but of course Leclerc will want to be gaining on Beebcheeb, so that could hold him up a little bit. Whilst FH has plenty of clear air at the moment. So can he continue this pace?
I think FH will be hoping
Beebcheeb,
that there's another safety car in a minute because
maybe, yeah. That won't really change much though, because the other guy's gonna get free pit stops, so
he'll need it for his race scenario at the minute. So he needs to back up to the field and hope, and in his case, get back close to Beebcheeb.
yeah. Of course, a lot of people have penalties, so that's something to consider, because FH, Beebcheeb, and Leclerc do not have penalties. But FH, he is eating to Beebcheeb's gap. He ate about 4/10 that lap, so more actually. So FH is really pushing hard on those hards, and of course the hards they only get better towards the end of the race. So if FH has got this pace like this now, could he maybe still win this race? Dreamer then comes in. Dreamer's in for a new wing. He must have had contact up front with people. Dougal then is on the back of Jimbo. He could have a go then down into turn 4, but I don't think he's quite close enough. No, he's not. Not quite close enough. Into the into 4 and 5. Jimbo stays ahead then. Beebcheeb then keeping the gap honest to Leclerc. But Beebcheeb then, it looks like his setup is quite loose, so can he keep the gap to Leclerc, or will Leclerc close him in and try and I'll keep the gap to leader. Yeah, FH, he seems to be losing time through the S section, but then he's, well, no, he seems to be losing time in the straights, but he seems to gain it back in the S section, so he didn't gain it back that lap. Beebcheeb actually gained on him in that lap. I think it's because Beebcheeb's trying to defend from Leclerc though, so, and FH, he's not using much of his airs at all. So that could be why. Alright then. Vapor JS is in. Sharpie's in. Where will Sharpie filter out in reference to FH? It's going to be close between these guys. But FH then gets out in front, and he's on the exact same tyre as Sharpie. So that's FH up into P9 now. I believe Vapor JS will also be on the hearts. Hang on, I'll check the tyres. Yes, he will. I can check. You can check the tyres, you idiot. There we go. So, and Dreamer's also gone to the hards. So, a couple of guys wanted to get to the end. FH used a lot of airs on that straight. So, he's clearly trying to keep the gap to Sharpie.
Yeah, I mean, Beebcheeb and Leclerc, they're in little world fighting each other, and it's still not even the biggest gap between each other, but then 10 seconds to Jimbo behind. Speaking of Jimbo's actually in a really good position right now. P3 for him.
Yes, he is.
He hasn't had a podium in a while, I'm pretty sure. And definitely looking as if he will get that redemption today, but I don't want to curse him, but he is looking pretty decent at the moment.
Yeah. FH has almost gained a second on Beebcheeb this lap. So Beebcheeb's tyres could maybe be going off here. We could maybe be seeing that. Dreamer then past Graham. I think Graham's left for some reason. Edgars then gets past Abra down into turn 1, and through goes the Alfa Romeo then. Scaris then is also getting on the back of them. Of course, the last thing FH will want to do is he won't want to catch this train, because that will then just hold him up. So, Beebcheeb then, and Leclerc, they're keeping good on penalties at the moment. Beebcheeb then keeping the pace strong, as is Leclerc. Leclerc keeping him very honest at the moment. The top two with pretty much equal pace at the moment on their mediums. FH is also keeping with their pace. He's got to keep it consistent every single lap. He was about a tenth quicker that lap again, so he's still gaining on these guys. But Beebcheeb's actually gaining on Leclerc now, so I think it's because Leclerc's running out of ERS. It could be. Beebcheeb's using a little bit more ERS. Yes, he is. FH then is past Striker. Striker now comes in. Striker's going to be no problem for FH then. But Sharpie's actually closing in on FH. So, this could be a bit interesting. All FH then with a big lockup going into turn 1. So, I don't know if he's made the right call here at the moment. We're just going to have to see. Beebcheeb then, because Beebcheeb is continuing to push. He's still pushing. He actually gained time on FH that lap, so. Of course, if Beebcheeb can get out in front of his championship rival, that will then mean that, well. Oh, that's someone off. That's Cormac. Cormac's just spun it. At the S section. That's no trouble for him. Oh, there we go. Sounds finally back. GS then past Cormac. Dougal then past Jimbo. Going down to turn 1. Beebcheeb then, he's almost gained a second on Leclerc. So perhaps Leclerc is starting to struggle a little bit now. Well, it might just be Beebcheeb starting to push. Well, FH is definitely pushing as well because he's definitely keeping the gap honest at the moment. Beebcheeb won't be aware of the exact gap to FH, but he'll be aware that FH is in within the window at the moment. So Leclerc trying to keep Beebcheeb honest, but I think both their tyres are now starting to go off. Help FH here, but at the moment Beebcheeb is still keeping that gap honest. Beebcheeb doesn't come in yet. So clearly Beebcheeb then trying to maybe get the softs at the end, but
no,
those
it might
go
be
off quite
soft
quickly.
medium. It's just soft medium. Of course they're on medium, so it might be soft medium. Medium is the strategy for Beebcheeb.
Yeah. Right then, a lot of the guys coming in now. This will be no trouble for FH. He will get past them all easily. So FH then he'll be actually miles ahead of these guys. But of course all these guys, they're going on sets of mediums. Dougal then in for a change of his front wing. Jimbo then, FH's teammate comes in. But Jimbo will be quite a way behind his teammates. FH now goes up into 4th. How many penalties does... Okay, so Scarius then. If FH can get within 2 more seconds of Scarius, he will then be up into P3, but still, Beebcheeb then will have a massive stride. At the moment, as they are now, Beebcheeb can win the championship this race, as they are now. So, so it's a question now, is Beebcheeb going to come in? Yes, he does. So, where will he be then in reference to FH? FH then, he's just come into the stadium section. So, where will he be then in reference to championship? I don't think he'll be anywhere near him, to be fair. So in comes Beebcheeb then. He now goes with the mediums. Yeah, he won't be out ahead of him, that's for sure. Out the final corner comes FH then. Yep, Beebcheeb is comfortable. Beebcheeb is actually really close between these guys. Beebcheeb then, he is in front. But FH is really close. He's gonna get the slipstream. He's gonna have the overspeed. And Where? And can F8 then go round the outside? He's going to try it round the outside. The two championship contenders going wheel to wheel here. Beebcheeb then doesn't get the best of exits, which could allow FH then to try and have a go, but FH, he's out of hers. And Beebcheeb, I think that's in through. That's in through then, up into P2. Legit P1 once everything sorts itself out. And Leclerc's right there as well. So, this could be really bad news for FH here. He should definitely have pitted under safety car. I think he's now regretting. He's now living with that decision. But he's still in the DRS range. Here he comes then. Could he try and have a go on Beebcheeb? He's still within range of his championship rival. So it could maybe not be over yet. Because the hards go off less. Leclerc then gets a penalty. Beebcheeb then still defending to the inside. FH will still have DRS, but here comes Leclerc then. Leclerc then using his overtake. There's nothing FH could do. His championship might be slipping through his fingers here. FH then trying up the inside of Leclerc. He's getting desperate now. FH then, he's just falling away. Oh, he gets a massive snap. And that can mean Sharpie then tries to have a go on him. But at the moment, Beebcheeb, he's almost doing enough to take the championship. And I see that FH will get the fastest lap, so I don't know at the moment. But Beebcheeb then, at the moment he has no penalties, which is crucial. He doesn't get a good run through the S's though. FH then staying with him. So as long as FH stays with him, he could still be within range to attack at the end of this race. But Leclerc then is trying on in them. But FH then, he has much less ERS than these guys do. Only about 10%, but still. Every single percent counts in racing.
Scary.
Then trying to get out of the 1 second window. Yeah.
It's Scary goes to the back of Abra. There's a big train here around P5 to P9. Seems to be having a bit of a scrap, but DRS obviously isn't going to really be effective in this train. So,
and Leclerc then,
hold position.
Beebcheeb does not get a good exit. That could mean then Leclerc could have a go. But he's once again not close enough to the championship leader. And he doesn't quite get through. Jimbo there's, well, I don't think Jimbo would catch his teammates. I think FH may be safe in P3. But I don't know. Oh, Leclerc then yet again goes wide and wide again. That's 2 warnings there for Leclerc. But he's trying to stay on the back of Beebcheeb, no matter what that means. So Leclerc then could have another go then on Beebcheeb, but Beebcheeb's got the exact same amount of ERS. Beebcheeb then, he's low on fuel though. So this could be bad news for Beebcheeb here. As here comes Leclerc then. He's going to be using Rich Mix. Unlike, well, Beebcheeb is still using Rich Mix. Here comes Leclerc then. He could have a go then down into turn 1. But he's once again not close enough. And FH is still there. So if Beebcheeb gets a penalty, then FH could win this and have a massive advantage going into Brazil. But here comes Leclerc again then. Can he try and have, he's closer this time, but he's still not quite close enough. As we approach the final third of this race, Beebcheeb is still doing what he needs to do. But can he stay there? That's the question.
They're coming up to Graham's lap car, but that's not going to really do anything, seeing as it's a ghost. Leclerc seems it's getting desperate for him now as well. Beebcheeb's going to get the DRS from this lap car, so that will help.
No, he won't. He won't.
No, I meant like
it's,
just then he did get the DRS.
Oh yeah. Well, I was on about the main straight, but
yeah, DRS is pretty effective.
Oh, Leclerc goes wide. But Beebcheeb is still saving fuel. So could this be Leclerc's chance to strike? Here he comes then. Can Leclerc strike once again?
No.
May trying up the inside, but no, he doesn't. He's once again not close enough.
When is this guy
Of
going to
course,
get close enough to make the overtake? It seems like he's
I don't know.
definitely getting very close at the minute, but
Yeah, definitely. Leclerc, he seems to be much better on the brakes than Beebcheeb, so he could try it down the inside maybe somewhere. Or around the outside maybe. Beebcheeb at the moment still doing everything he needs to do, because FH will currently be in P2. Leclerc's another penalty. So at the moment, it won't really matter too much at the moment. But of course, FH has got to get close enough to Beebcheeb, and Leclerc has got to force Beebcheeb into Beebcheeb. That's the crucial penalty now, because that could change everything. Because now FH is legit leading. I did say it, and he's now just, and now Beebcheeb has a penalty. So this could change everything now. Here comes Leclerc then. He could have a go on Beebcheeb. He's going to get him this time. Leclerc then past Beebcheeb.
it's getting bad for Beebcheeb, definitely. It seems to be deteriorating every time now. Every lap. He's definitely trying to saving fuel isn't helping him either.
No.
Hopefully, FH will be hoping that he can get in on this fight and maybe snatch P1 on track. However,
He is at the moment. So
yeah, I mean like on track.
yeah.
Yeah.
But now Leclerc's getting away, which, if anything, is exactly what Beebcheeb wants, because of course he's actually no, it may not be what he wants, because Leclerc's now getting out the DRS window, and FH's tyres will start to come into this. So, and I know FH is very good on penalties. So, can the Irish driver try and close in on his championship rival? He's doing enough at the moment to win this race, but he's got to make sure he stays there. Leclerc now getting away. FH is still within about 1.7 seconds of Beebcheeb. And of course Beebcheeb, I believe, is still saving fuel, so, and I don't believe FH is, so this could be his. Oh, he now gets the penalty.
Oh
so
my!
it neutralizes everything again. So now Beebcheeb will be in a legit race winning position again. So FH, oh, he's got to be kicking himself with that, because that could be a potential win now gone for him. I think he's going to get second, but I don't know about first now, because he's now got a 3-second penalty from that. Oh, he's got to be actually kicking himself with that. Because of course he so badly wants this tier 2 title, but he's just got to keep it within range of Beebcheeb. Of course, Beebcheeb could still get another penalty, but no, Beebcheeb's consistency, it's quite unlikely at the moment. But Beebcheeb is still getting away from FH, so sector 3. That's the spin from Vapor JS. So that's interesting. Oh, he's side by side with Dramer. What FH is saving for, because Beebcheeb has no errors at all. Might just be his pace. FH's pace might generally be going off now. How much of a gap? How many penalties is? Leclerc's got 6. So FH wouldn't even get second now. He'd be in third. How many penalties has Sharpie got? Sharpie's got 9. It's fine. So since current stand, Beebcheeb wouldn't get the title this race. At the moment, FH is actually catching Beebcheeb a little bit now. Could we see FH's tyres come in at the end of the race, and maybe he could potentially snatch victory if his tyres are fine at the end of the race. Of course, it's a long way for the mediums to go, but of course FH has been on those tyres for 8 laps longer than Beebcheeb has.
Yeah, the thing is
Well,
though, Beebcheeb, no, not Beebcheeb, FH is the lowest amount, FH and Beebcheeb both have the lowest amount of penalties in the race. They both have 3 seconds. Sharpie has 9 seconds, so Sharpie, if FH were to get another penalty, Sharpie wouldn't probably be able to knock FH off the podium.
No, it wouldn't.
It looks pretty likely this is going to be the podium order at the end of this race right now.
Beebcheeb will jump Leclerc.
Yeah. Yeah. Missed that.
So that'll mean then, as it currently stands, Beebcheeb will have a 24-point lead. So it'll be very unlikely then for FH to win the championship in Brazil. He'd have to get first, and he'd have to get first.
And just hope that Beebcheeb DNFs.
Yeah.
Beebcheeb does get in the points, then FH would have to get the fastest lap. Otherwise, it would go down to whoever has the most wins.
Well, that's FH, but you know, I think.
Well,
it might not be.
3.
So Beebcheeb then is FH is locking up everywhere, so maybe he's starting to struggle on those tyres now.
What happens if they both have the same amount of wins as well, and both the same amount of points? What would happen then?
Amount of second places.
Oh yeah.
So at the moment things are not going FH's way, and it looks like maybe Leclerc could snatch his victory if he's going like he is at the moment. So yeah, because Leclerc is showing really strong pace at the end of this race. So could we see then maybe Leclerc win this race? Of course, that would minimize the amount that Beebcheeb gained, but still, it would be extremely unlikely for FH to win the championship. He still have to get second in Brazil, and FH score no, Beebcheeb score no points. So at the moment, it's not going FH's way. Had he have had no penalties, it would be going his way right now. But that one penalty changes everything at the moment. So Beebcheeb is actually gaining on Leclerc now, so he wants to try and keep it within that 3 second window in order for him to win the title. Well, I mean, not this race, but within a very strong chance to win the title next time out. Yeah, I think FH's tyres are just going off now. He should have pitted under safety car. I did question it, and now it's come back to bite him. So then, just 4 laps to go. Leclerc then leads, but not legitimately at the moment. That belongs to Beebcheeb. Then FH will be is in P3 at the moment. Then Sharp, where will Sharpie be? Sharp will be P4. Yeah, he will. Edgar's, I don't know where he'll be. Then Jim will be P5. Scarus will be P6. Dougal will be P7. Abra will be P8. Jimbo then getting close to Edgar's then. Of course, it won't really matter because, well, Edgar's will have, no, yeah, Edgar's has 15 seconds worth of penalties, so it's unfortunate for Edgar's at the moment. But Beebcheeb's still doing all he needs to do. How many warnings has he got now? Oh, he's got 2 more warnings off that. So Beebcheeb could potentially get another penalty.
Oh.
And that could be interesting. Oh, F8 thing. How many warnings does F8 have? He only has he doesn't have any more warnings, so. But still, he wouldn't get past Beebcheeb because the gap's now 3.2 seconds between them. So, well, 3.1 now. But if Beebcheeb gets that final penalty, then that's that final warning, then it could be enough. But Leclerc then is nearly within range to win this race, even on track and on penalties, because he's nearly got the gap up to 3 seconds where it needs to be. Yeah, FH is just dropping down now. He just can't keep up now. His hards are pretty much gone now.
And there's us saying that the hards would be better when they were worn.
Well, at some tracks they are, but clearly at this one they are absolutely not. So.
Yeah, I mean.
So.
I was lucky enough not to be on the hards, so I don't really know how it feels. I can't really talk.
No, Leclerc then. It's gonna be close between Leclerc and Beebcheeb. If Beebcheeb gets that last warning, then it could be, then Leclerc's win. But of course, I'll check how many warnings Leclerc has, because we can't count him out either. He has no more warnings. So if Beebcheeb gets another warning, then we could see maybe him fall down a little bit. Beebcheeb's still gaining on Leclerc. Vapor.js then retires in the pit lane. It's too late to get a safety car now, so so that's fine. And Beebcheeb is still doing enough. He's I don't know now, because the gap keeps dipping in and out. 3 seconds. Whoever wins, it'll be a thoroughly deserved victory. They'll have driven a brilliant race. FH then hops over the curb. I think he's pretty much done now. He knows the championship's falling away. He knows he's made the wrong decision. And I don't know if he'll want to talk to us after the race. That was close. That was really close with Leclerc and JS. So
his car is now sat in the middle of the track. It's now not. It's gone. So that's lucky. But it was ghosted in the middle of the track.
Yeah. Alright then. So Leclerc then still leading the way. I don't think we've got any more close battles now. Apart from Edgar's and Jimbo. Can Jimbo then have a go then? Down into turn. No, he can't. No, he cannot. Beebcheeb then doing all he needs to do for the championship at the moment. To close out. As a, I mean, he's not doing enough at the moment. He wouldn't quite have enough in order to outscore FH enough to take the championship this race, but he'd be within chance to do. And Leclerc's already. Oh right, they're both low on fuel. But Leclerc then, he's lost a lot of time on that lap. So Beebcheeb then, he almost could just take it easy now, because he can afford to lose 7 tenths to Leclerc and still win this race. So, because he's not got to worry about FH now. Beebcheeb then gets a bit of a slide coming out of the turn 2 and 3 chicane, but he's doing enough at the moment to win this race. Jimbo then finally gets past Edgar's. He would have got past him on penalties anyway. get past Sharpie as well, I believe. Yeah, they'll be close. Might as well go on board with Leclerc now because there's not exactly a lot of battles going on. Leclerc then, it's been a standout drive from the Brit. But his fellow Brit and championship leader Beebcheeb is going to take one step closer to securing the championship in Brazil. Leclerc then, rounding the final corner. It's not going to be victory, but it's a very good drive here from the Alfa Romeo. Leclerc wins on track, but crucially, it's Beebcheeb who wins in Mexico and takes one step closer to the championship. FH then will take P3. Sharp, I don't know who will be in fourth. It might be Jimbo. To be fair, I don't think McLaren will. No, Jimbo doesn't quite do it. Scaris then. Eggers is going to lose out a lot of time. Yeah, he's now down to P8. But Beebcheeb then, he has taken a crucial step into becoming GSR's, into becoming another GSR double world champion and a single tier world champion maybe. But of course, if he makes a mistake, FH will always be there to pounce. But FH, in order to win the championship next race, he must win. And Beebcheeb to come 9th or lower in order for FH to win the championship. So it's incredibly unlikely now. But still, it was a solid drive from FH today. It was a solid qualifying. But unfortunately, he just didn't take advantage of the pit stops under the safety car. And I don't know if he'll want to talk to us. I expect to be a little bit down because it's a missed opportunity for FH. Because he could have been within 7 points of Beebcheeb, but he's now within 20. But he's now 24 points behind him. But Beebcheeb then, okay. Charlie's got to go then, so I'll have to do the interviews on my own. So Beebcheeb then wins, Ed Leclerc. And FH 444, GSR FH 444. Just let the guys in quickly. So Beebcheeb then wins from Leclerc and GSR FH 444. Then EGSR Sharpie then a thoroughly impressive result to tier 4 driver to get P4 in tier 2. Then EGSR Jimbo then takes P5. Scary Spunk then takes P6. 7th is Dramer. 8th is EGSR Edgars. 9th is Dougal, 10th is Striker, 11th is that F1 boy, 12th is Cormac, 13th is JSC Graham, 14th is VaporJS, 15th is Matty Mumu, 16th is Davis 2K7, 17th will be Atlantis, and then we have our two non-finishers of KDX Briar. No, sorry, one non-finisher, KDX Briar, and yeah, just KDX Briar. So then we have our top 3. In with us now. We'll start off with probably quite a distraught GSR FH 444.
No, I'm not actually, to be honest.
No, you're not?
No, I'm fine.
I'm surprised.
No.
Okay, so
No.
so then it was a solid qualifying for you actually, and also
I think it's more than solid.
You managed the race. Yeah.
I think it's more than solid.
Yeah, you managed the race well brilliantly. You didn't get the best of starts, but do you think not Beach car was the deciding factor? Maybe you not winning today.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I thought with Tom the whole race, so we're like, yeah, we both of us thought that the soft hards would work better, but obviously it didn't. Went wrong. I don't know. The start of Summer Beebcheeb was nice, but that was fair. So not angry. I'm not angry. I just know that I basically lost his title. I wasn't expecting to win it now. But yeah, no, yeah, the strategy did cost me today.
Yeah, yeah, because you mentioned about your strategy. Were you expecting the hards to fall off as much?
My controller just turned off. Sorry, could you just repeat it, please?
Okay, right. You mentioned about the soft hard strategy. Were you expecting the hards to go off as much as they did in that race?
No, not really. I thought they would be 50, 60-ish by the end, but I don't know if I don't know whether my calculation would be correct if it was like I didn't push as much or yeah, but because I was trying to push almost the whole stint just to keep up with the guys in the front. But yeah, they were a bit more than I expected, to be fair. But I'm not angry at it, to be honest.
No, it was a anyway. It was although the title may be unlikely, it's not impossible.
It's 24 points.
I
He's
mean,
won it. Well done to Beebcheeb. He's basically won the title, so I'm like that annoyed.
if you consider that, you have to hang on. Let me
Win.
get this right. Yeah,
just
you
have
have
to
to
win.
you have to win you have to win with the fastest lap with him coming P9 in order to tie on points. So
Yeah, nah, I don't think that's happening, mate. I don't think that's happening.
no,
I don't think that's
probably
happening.
not.
But yeah, I'm proud.
But anyway,
I'm happy with the season I had, anyways. From 10th for the Christmas break to now, yeah, it's been a pretty good year. So I'm not mad at myself. I'm just annoyed I didn't convert some of the early rounds into good results. But yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, you've kept him honest, but well, I mean, as I said, it's not over yet, but it is extremely unlikely.
yeah,
for
it's
you,
kind of like
to-
last season. So yeah,
for you to win the championship in Brazil. But
Yeah.
anyway, congrats on another podium, and fingers crossed. Well, there's, as I said, a very slim chance.
I'll probably
but
just use no line for Brazil. Try no line.
probably not. But
probably
anyway, we'll see how you do in Brazil. Anyway, we'll then move on to our second place man, Leclerc.
Yep, I know.
Yeah. So you actually showed some very strong pace throughout that race. Of course, like Beebcheeb, you pitted onto the mediums under safety car. Did you have faith even in even at that point in the race that strategy was going to be the right way to go?
No. Well, I knew I was P3, and FH was obviously behind me. And when I pit under the mediums, I remembered from a strategy that I could easily go medium 16 laps, and I done easy math to convert that to 32 laps for 2 mediums. And it was really easy to do that stunt from there. Obviously, with better pace than the hards, because I knew the hards were quite slow around here.
Yeah. Anyway, are you a touch annoyed at yourself that you didn't get that win today because of that extra penalty that you got?
Yeah, a bit, but I'm not really bothered. I've been out of the championship fight from multiple races now, really. There was no chance of me getting back in it, so I'm just here for fun, really.
Yeah. So it's another good result from you, and fingers crossed. We'll see some good results from you in the future. Anyway, we'll then move on to probably the most crucial result now. Our championship leader, Beebcheeb. It's just looking like no one can stop me now for this championship.
Yeah.
Alright.
There you go. So I got started now, so I should hopefully be able to run.
Yeah. What I was saying is, it's simply just looking like pretty much no one can stop you now for the championship. You've almost got it wrapped up. I would say that, but of course it's not quite yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to keep it clean at Brazil. I mean, this second half of the season, I've been very consistent, but the first half I was dog shit. I think I've lost at least 6 front wings in 8 races. I think in the start. And so, but luckily I just haven't really had that much traffic in these last couple of races, so, but you never know what can happen. I was thinking I might start from the back at Brazil. Would be a good laugh. You know, we could even the championship.
you just okay. Thanks for rubbing salt into the wounds.
No, I mean, like,
Oh,
I
boy.
wanted
No,
to do
I'm
it
only
anyway.
joking, bro. I
No,
may
I
just
don't.
start the back with you, to be fair. Let's just have a...
Go on, should we do it? Do you actually start last and second last?
I'll join in.
Do you know what?
I'll
Seeing
do it.
as we've had a bit of
Oh,
issues in the past, you know what? Let's do it. I'll
Yes.
start the back with you. I'll start
Yes.
the back with you.
Things you'll have to say.
Just
Your final race. Let's do it.
may as well. I've never lost the title, so it's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, that that was quite an entertaining race, especially the first parts. Of course, the second parts kind of filtered out a little bit, but it was a thoroughly entertaining race from you guys, and fingers crossed. Then I think are McLaren's in the lead of constructors, or
Yeah, I
is
think
Williams
we've won.
now?
Yeah,
we've won it now.
Graham's bottled it. He qualified right at the front and then left.
I've won 2 constructors championships, but no drivers. You know, this is just racism.
I mean, I
see
just not got started.
I've
We're
seen
leading
up to like
constructors
3
into leader.
races this season. I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it then from us from Mexico. Join us next week for the exciting conclusion for GSR season 5 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. But for now, I'm your head commentator GSR AF1. Shut up! Fuck off! I'll mute my mic. Fuck off. Oh god, no. No, that was bad. Alright, so I've been your head commentator GSR AF1. My co-commentator has been EXFL Charlie, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.